Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about why you should leave your own country as soon as possible. Get out your hometown, leave your own country as soon as possible. The reason I'm going to be talking about this, it comes from personal experience. So going back 2 years ago now, as soon as I turned 18, fresh 18-year-old, I knew the UK was fucked. I was living in London. I knew London, especially the past few years, had declined and it's only going to get worse. 2 years down the line, I was right. The UK in the last 2 years has got drastically worse. But anyways, when I was 18, I was cold calling, doing this remotely from my laptop, and I was making money. So the first option, get the fuck out the West as soon as possible, booked a one-way flight to Southeast Asia, and with that, landed in Thailand, and I've been in Southeast Asia the last 2 years. And the reason I say you should move out your hometown when you are young is because when you are in your hometown, you're living at home with mummy and daddy, you've got the same safety nets you've had the past 18 years of your life when you're a child, but just now you're an adult. Maybe you're at university, maybe you're working a job, but you're still living at home with mummy and daddy. So you still got those exact same safety nets, the food in the fridge, the house over your head that you've had the last 18 years of your life. So nothing's really changed. You're not in the real world yet. So by just moving out your hometown, booking that one-way flight to another country, immediately every single safety net has disappeared. You're in a foreign country, you're in foreign lands, and you're by yourself. So that one has just put you in the deep end, and now it's really sink or swim. So now once you're in another country, you've removed all these safety nets, it's really time to grow, and that's what will happen. I heard actually somewhere that someone said 1 year life experience living in a foreign country is the same as 3 years life experience living in your own country. And I feel that's very true because when you're in your own country, you've got everything there, you know how it works, you know the culture, you've been living there your whole life, you're really integrated. But when you're in a foreign country, you're learning the culture, you're learning how things work, you're learning to make your mark in the world that's new to you. It's a brand new world. Imagine throwing yourself into the real world at school, but it's in your own country. That's light work, that's easy mode. But if you're throwing yourself into the real world in terms of that, but in a foreign country, it's just made things 10 times harder, but also 10 times more enjoyable, 10 times more fun, and you're going to get 10 times more lessons. So the life experience you're going to get just from experiencing the world from a different point of view, from being the outsider in an environment, you're going to learn a lot more. And then when it also does come to the environment, when you're in places like Thailand, for example, the people you get to meet, and especially when it comes to the Westerners you meet, some of them are obviously bad, but if you meet the right people, you're going to be in a very good situation. Because for me, for example, here in Thailand, most people I hang out and chill with, go to the gym with, go drink with, they're in remote sales. They're guys who do the same work as me. So even if we're out at the bar drinking, we're doing Muay Thai, we're still talking about sales. But if I was in London, I'd be chilling with guys who are at university, guys who are maybe working, but they're not in the same field of work as me. So it's very easy when you find yourself in an environment like Thailand, like Bangkok, to network with very similar people as you, people who are on the same mission, on the same path, and as a result of that, the growth is just going to compound because you're getting access to their network, they're getting access to yours, you're learning from them, they're learning from you, and being in that environment of people on the same mission as you is just going to compound your growth massively. And as well, there's the logical side. So there's the growth in terms of the life experience you're going to get when you leave your hometown. The safety nets have been removed. You're going to be able to network and meet people of a much higher standard because they're in this new elite environment that you're forging and creating for yourself. You're not in your hometown that's been forced upon you and built up for the last 18 years, and you've got no choice over your environment in your hometown. This new environment in the new world you create for yourself, this is created very carefully by yourself for maximal productivity on your end. And then the logical side. So as I said, one of the main reasons I left the West was I saw the decline in London. There's been a massive decline all over Europe, America, and London, UK. So logically, the West is falling. Anyone can see that from a third party perspective. So if you're looking towards the next 20, 30 years, there's other parts of the world, Latin America, Southeast Asia, that are on the up. Economies are growing, good investments there. And if you're really planning a future and you want to live a good lifestyle, I'd definitely recommend these places because financially you still want to be in the West. You still want to remotely be earning from the US, from England, and be earning in USD or pounds. But you want to be spending in these economies like Thailand, like South America, where you're spending in baht, you're spending in pesos. And as a result of that, your US dollar goes a lot further. So you can live a high quality of life. You can put a lot of money aside at the end of each month to actually save. And 10 years down the line, even 10K a month, guys, 10K a month is really the sort of starting point that most people do go for. So when people getting into online money, they say, okay, I want to hit the 10K a month mark. That's my goal, the 10K a month mark. Even if you stay at that 10K a month mark for the next 10 years living in somewhere like Thailand, you're going to have millions and millions invested and compounded over that time, because you're just putting so much money away every month because the cost of living is so low. So even if you're at a low standard, you're making 10K a month for the next 10 years, living in a place like Thailand, like Latin America, is going to set you up for life. And then you can start to imagine, now you're earning 30, 40, 50K a month, you're living in Thailand. You really don't have to do this long to put the sort of money away that's going to set you up for life. So living in these countries, once you have escaped the West, is very good just financially, because it allows you to put aside investments, invest in property, and actually save money while living a high quality of life. So overall, that's why you should really just leave the West as soon as possible. I believe it is falling. I believe you should get out, invest, build networks, and actually understand different cultures to see a long-term future there. And when it comes to more about Thailand, more about how to actually work remotely, so for me personally, as I mentioned earlier, the last 2 years and what allowed me to get to Thailand is remote sales. That's what I do personally. I talk a lot more about that on my Telegram channel, so I talk about that daily. The link for that is in the description. And just general content when it comes to Thailand, travel in Asia, what I get up to, that's also on my Telegram. So definitely get out the West, boys. It is falling, but definitely when it comes to work remotely, stay in the West. Stay working in the West, stay earning in dollars, but then spend those dollars in Latin America or in Southeast Asia, and you're going to have a hell of a time.